Hey, it's Blademan here from Team SFHS, coming at you with a deck profile for Heroes. This deck I've been using a lot at locals and competing with it a little. So, I really like the deck. It's pretty good. This is Hero Bubble Beat, so yeah, let's just get into the deck profile. 1 Straus, obviously, searches, destroy stuff, get rid of their back row. 3 Alias. Your light guy gets you shining, it's also normal guys, so that helps tell you why later. Then 3 Bubble Man helps you, it's just an extra level 4 in your hand, you just summon it. If you have no, you just set your hand, summon it. You would actually be surprised how often I actually get his effect to draw 2. It's really not that hard to get. And I run 2 other monsters, Noble Knight Gawain. It's a pretty good monster. If I have a light normal guy on the field, I can special summon him in defense mode, and he's a level 4 warrior. Since I got this guy, I can just play Gawain in defense mode. It's a way for me, summon monsters without having to set my whole hand. It's a backup strategy. And I think that's all for the monsters. Into spells, 2 emergency calls. Searcher, just set. It's so good. And 1 Rhoda, extra search power. And the card that makes all hero decks pretty damn good, Miracle Fusion. This card, so broken. Top decking it is amazing. At my store, I'm kind of like everyone calls me a sack because I always top deck this whenever I need to. And then Hero Lives lets you get out Stratos quicker. It's just a lot. It's really helpful if you don't. Also, later in the game, sometimes you just play this and get Ball Man from your deck to draw 2 cards. If you're really in a tight situation, you got nothing else. Then 2 Super Polys. I love this card. I mean, the one problem is that you just have to discard 1, and in this deck you set your whole hand a lot. But this card is just so good. I love it. You get rid of Sheet. Now that all the attributes are out, you get rid of Sheet N, you get rid of Lagia, you get rid of anything that they got. There's also another thing you can do with this, as a different strategy you can do with this. Like if you have a hero and any other monster, say like this guy, you attack. They got a few more life points left. They think they're out of the clear, but then you play Super Poly, fuse your 2 monsters together. Since it's a quick play spell, you can play during the battle phase, and they're screwed because they lose and you get out your shining. It's so damn good. And then I run 2 Warrior Turning Lives. I might cut this down to 1. Sometimes it's getting it early game is not that good, but it really helps you when you want your Strauses back. It's a pretty good card, but might limit it down. For 1 Forbidden Lance, it's pretty good because get rid of their if they play bottomless, you protect your monster. Also, if you have Blade Armor Ninja and they got a big guy on the field and you really want to go for game, just play Lance. Their guy loses points and then bam, you win. Also, yeah, that's pretty good. Back row hate, Heavy Storm, MST, and MST. Need it for this deck because if they torrential you, you are screwed. Dark Hole, Monster Born. Monster Born is so good with Stratos. And into the traps, 2 Call the Haunteds. It's so good with Stratos. You get to summon so many Xyz monsters, but you never do it unless they don't have any back row or they don't have Gores or something. You never want to risk too much. 2 Fiendish Chains. This card is pretty damn good. Lets you stop attacks, because if you're not drawing it to the end of your monster's Fiendish Chain, will let you stall for a while because you can just stop their attack and stop their effects. 2 Compulsories. This card is pretty damn good because, get rid of a lot of stuff, because this card helps you so often. Like if they have a defensive monster and you don't want to risk it, you just Compulsory and then attack with your Blade Armor and go for game. I run 2 Bottomless. I do not run the Solemn Warnings in this deck because I already pay too many of my life points for Hero Lives, so I can't afford to play Solemn Warnings. So Bottomless is the next best thing. It's so good because it doesn't target, because it activates when it removes them all. So, like, if they play Rabbit, remove it for Sabersaurus. 2 Sabersaurus, they both get removed, so it's not a targeting card. It's so good. 2-dimensional prisons. Just a good trap. 1 Solemn Judgment. You can afford to pay half, not like this. The difference between this and Solemn Warning. This can negate anything, and in this deck it's a lot more useful than Solemn Warning because I play the Hero Lives and I don't want to. I'll cut myself too low. This I can just play late in the game. Like Solemn Warning, if you draw late in the game, you're like, oh god, what do I do now? But this is good late in the game. 1 Starlight Road, because you play a lot of back row, you play a lot of monsters. The Heavy Storm or Dark Hole or Torrential, you don't want to lose all that. Let's get into the extra deck. 2 Elemental Hero Shinings, just good, no explanation. Just gets you back all your guys. And then 1 of each of the attributes: Absolute Zero, Great Tornado, Gaia, Nova Master, and Esquirrel. All the Super Poly targets. And the Xyz monsters. 2 Blade Armor Ninjas. When the Photo Knight Palladus or whatever his name is comes out, I will take out the 1 Blade Armor for that guy, because he is so broken. I think it lets you detach 2 materials, and then their monster goes to 0, their effects are negated, and I think when it's destroyed or something, you get to draw a card. It's pretty damn good. You need 2 lights, so all I have to do is just a Neos and a Gawain, and I got it. 2 Excaliburs, just so damn good. It's really the best, really great, powerful Xyz monster. We just got to get over their monsters with a lot of attack points. 1 Maestroke, just a good card. 1 Utopia, because it's Utopia. 1 Photon Paplarative. It's just so good because you get rid of their monsters. They have like Spirit Reaper, and you really don't have any spells. You just get rid of it and gets rid of defenses. Also good if they summon Gachi, if you're playing agents and their monster goes to attack mode, and just keep on attacking that instead of their other monsters. And the 1 Stardust, because you play Starlight Road, you might as well play it because it's a 2500 beat stick, also a secondary protection for your monsters. Side deck cards: 2 Kinetic Soldiers for the mirror match and against 6 Sams, because this 6 Sams kind of screw you over because you play a lot of spells and a lot of traps. 2 Snowmen, also for the mirror match and against like rabbits and stuff. 2 System Downs. I would not run the Cyber Dragons because I don't have enough extra deck room for Chimera Tech, and Cyber Dragon it's a level 5, so it's kind of not as good. But System Down's pretty damn good because remove from play all their monsters. Yeah, pretty good. Gets rid of Machina Fortress from the grave, so they can't summon it back ever. 2 Dust Tornadoes for extra back row hate. If I'm playing like one of those decks, I don't know, whatever I see, whenever I see it necessary. 3 Rivalry of Warlords. I love this card. Screws over wind-up, screws over a lot of stuff. I love it, love it, love it. 2 Chain Disappearance. This card is pretty damn good. Gets their rabbit out of the game, gets their wind-up rat out of the game, gets out a lot of stuff. So it's pretty damn good. And then 2 Soul Drains against Atlanteans and Dark Worlds, because they're pretty damn good decks, and this kind of helps you, but they're eventually really slows them down. Honestly, they're going to get rid of it quick enough. They expect it, so. But you gotta have it to get rid of them. Well, that's the whole deck profile. Comment, like, subscribe to Team SFHS. And this is Blademan signing out. Bye.